No, 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 no. Wait a minute, I know this guy. Who is this? Who is this? This is Wang Chen. Apparently this guy has a name. Y'all remember this guy from JoJo's Phantom Blood? The most stereotypical Chinaman Orient. They literally called him Toyojin, like Orient's Chinaman in Phantom Blood back in the day. And the craziest thing is, this guy isn't even the worst, like, racial caricature of a character in Araki's Phantom Blood, because the way they did Speedwagon's London Thugs dirty, this guy has aura, alright? Some of the British dudes, Araki, he fucked them up. Today, we're gonna be talking about some racial issues, some tense issues. Nicholas Light is getting canceled right now by some people. Do you think this is Nicholas Dark or... So, like, is he black or is he Indian? I can't tell. I genuinely couldn't. Some people are like, yo, this is Nicholas, you know, Bollywood. Like, what's going on? This is not Nicholas Black. This is Nicholas India. Like, what the hell's going on? And a lot of people are very, very sensitive when it comes to these type of issues, right? Bro literally changed his name to Nicholas Dark. I've transitioned. Oh my god, what a fucking loser. You want to get some easy clicks on Twitter? Shit on Nicholas Light, shit on Tectone, you know, shit on Chibi. It's an easy instant hit, because obviously there's a lot of group of people on Twitter that is diametrically opposed to Nicholas Light, Chibi, Tectone's kind of politics, their kind of spectrum of ideology and thought. And that's why they mostly have pronouns, bios, you know, like flags and stuff, because, you know, they all really care about those social justice cause issues, which do matter. But again, it's not a pattern of behavior when Chibi says, you know, I've noticed that there's specific people out to get me. It's like you're asking for it, right? You're literally, you know, creating tension against this opposing side. Of course it's gonna happen. That's what happens when you engage in that kind of commentary. Please tell me this is not real. I think it's AI he made still, though. This is a really funny one. So, before we get into the topic of, you know, blackface and all that, let's just have a little bit of fun. Apothecary Diaries Nicholas Light. Korean drama Nicholas Light. I don't know, is this Chinese? It kind of feels like one of those, you know, medieval times in Korea too, right? With like the Joseon dynasty and stuff. Which one is this one? Nicholas Mexico. Bro's about to get deported by ICE. I think that's what this one is. More modernized Nicholas Light. It's just, this guy's just Asian. He doesn't even look like Nick at all. They just made an Asian dude. And then Nicholas Dark. I can't tell if black or Indian. And you know what? I had to pull up for my boy. You know what's fucked up right now? I'm never posting a gym picture again. I tried to give you some fan service with the gym fan service yesterday. You know what happened? Motherfucker just start using AI to make me fat. So there's Bald TV and Fat TV. But there's also this one. What are we doing? Why is AI so good? Why does this look real? Yo, any Jamaicans want to smash? Yo, at your boy Rock Lee. any BBW enjoyers trying to fucking hit? This is fucked up. Y'all fucking me up. I'm never posting a gym thirst trap again. Fuck you. But there's a lot of fun stuff happening. This is Classroom with the Katsuragi. This is Classroom with the Katsuragi, bro. Fat TV is crazy. AI is getting out of hand, man. And there's a black one. So they took this one and then they made me black. The head is way more shinier. It's so polished, bro. The scalp is so nice. Is that literally just the same thing side by side? Let's look at this. Is it like identical? If we look at it side by side? Pretty much. It's the same model, right? I mean, they took like this. I'm pretty sure they took this one and said, make it black, right? So there I am. And what do I say? I quote retweet Nick. And I say, I feel you. How do you say this word? Does anyone know how to say this word? Because if you just say twin, you're not with the culture. Shout out to Nappy Reek. Shout out to Nappy Reek. He coached me, right? He's teaching me the ebonics behind this. It's not twin. You gotta say twin. Twin? Twin? You gotta have a little bit of, you gotta put a little seasoning on it, right? I feel you, twin. Gotta dab him up. And why am I dabbing him up? It's what is this? So this is advanced woke identity culture going on. So did you guys know that there is a sect of people that believe that Israelites, right? The Jewish people that live in Israel, they're not the true chosen ones. There's a group of people that believe the Yakubs, right? The true Israelites. It's crazy. And Kyrie Irving, famous NBA player, was going on this crazy schizo fucking rant about, I don't know any of this logic, right? It's some conspiracy theory territory. Black Jews are the real ones. I don't know how true that is. It's crazy though. It's fucking crazy though. Why do I look like Lakari? FBI, I am not Lakari. Leave me alone, bro. Post one where you're Asian. Grok, make him Asian. Bro, he just made me white. Too white and make it more Asian. Bro, you just gave me a tan. You just made it more Jersey Shore. This is racist. Sorry, I don't understand what more Asian you mean. Do you mean more slanty eyes? Grok should have said that or something, bro. Grok is fucking out of control with this shit. All right. Let's go back to it, all right? Let's serious time now. Serious time. Okay, lock in, right? This is a serious video. This is not funny business because we're talking about the nature of racism and blackface and the sensitive issues, right? People have sent me AI race swaps of my face with different races. And only one group of people on Twitter got offended. And who are they? They're messaging me like maniacs. Who are they? Pronouns and flags in bio. Why is that the case? Because the people that are going to get sensitive and offended for this are going to be those specifically on the left who are very, very, vocal about social injustice and care about, these causes. Blackface is racist. Is this blackface though? I swear the world wasn't like this 10 years ago. What the fuck is wrong with y'all nowadays? Get a sense of humor. Yeah, it wasn't like this 10 years ago, but I think the shift is happening for sure, right? I think the political spectrum, the Overton window, all these different, analogies, right? I think the clock is swinging the other side because of how overtly annoying the left has become to the point that the average person is like, shit, you guys are so unrelatable at this point. We might as well go right. By the way, for all the race-obsessed weirdos out there making this a real issue, this isn't blackface. It isn't even me, lol. Blackface would be if I painted my face black and was mocking black people. How do I know more about their culture than they do? This is a very important part, in my opinion. Not even just this part. I think the and is the most important part. So the historical precedence of blackface, of course, we have to always go back to fucking, American politics and slavery and how the Africans, were treated to such insane, horrible shit. And the comedy back in the day, right? They would paint their face black and do all of these negative stereotypes and caricatures to humiliate and mock African Americans. Right? That is racist. When you use an AI to do race swaps, is that the same as doing blackface in that way? No. In my opinion, this is not even fucking close to blackface. This is like the equivalent of calling a lolicon a pedophile and you dilute that actually a word so much that people don't take you serious anymore. You know what I mean? Like these people saying, I think it's AI. He made it still though, right? The argument here is like, no, he still made it. I don't care if it's AI, right? I don't care if it's fiction. I don't care if it's not real. The fact that he made it and changed his skin purposely to look black or Indian, right? They think they're mocking. And they, like, these group of people, I'm sure they mean well, right? They hate racism. They really, hate racism and the unjust, and they go and, go on social just causes. But at the same time, when you engage in such bad faith, it's like, what's the word? Crucifixion of a person that you think is being racist when he's not. I think no one takes you seriously. I think the bulk of the people here are just kind of looking at this and thinking it's ridiculous. Let's look at the quotes. How can people still watch his videos? How can other reactors still defend this guy, garbage humans? Because you're not listening to the words right now that we're saying. People watch his videos because he's very entertaining. Are there going to be some racist people in his community? Probably. How can you monitor that? Everyone, the idea that you're supposed to have this 100% purity test to analyze every single viewer and make sure they're not racist, that's an impossible thing to do, right? But to suggest that he is naturally collecting racist audience by engaging this behavior, I think is ridiculous. Ich hatte eine ganz I can't speak. I'm going to sound like Tosaka Rin in Unlimited Blade Works. What did he say here? I had a really, really short face when I was watching it, but it ended super quick. No clue what got into me back then. I think a lot of people watched him for the antics and, the really hype reaction stuff like that. Reactors all stay together like a glue? No, they don't. In fact, I think I've been the most critical of Nicholas Light of all people. I look at whatever situation is happening. I toss aside the baggage and the history of the person, and I look and think to myself in an objective way and give you a conclusion, right? This looked like AI. It is AI. Chibi's friend is also racist, fork found in the kitchen. Guilt by association, right? So why is Chibi racist? Because he loves ICE. And because he is pro law enforcement to get rid of illegal immigrants in his country, a lot of people will say, you hate immigrants, you are a racist. And Nicholas Light, by association with Chibi, you're all racist. Tectone, also racist. They're all racist together. All white nationalists. That's what they're going to call them. Can he get canceled already? Absolutely disgusting. I think that if you want to cancel Nicholas Light, this is very counterproductive. So the idea is, when you go on these bad faith assumptions to crucify somebody, when the average person looks at this and probably just has a chuckle, right? That's not how it works. You need to have there's an angle, but this isn't really it, right? If anything, it kind of makes your position look silly, because the average person watching this will be like, are you serious? You're really upset about this? Dude, I checked to see if this is real. He has me block Lamau. Yeah, he blocks a lot of people. Dog, what the fuck? If this was 4 years ago, he'd be banned and never seen again. Somehow he'll be never touched. In fact, I think he's at Fox HQ right now. Nicholas Light on Fox HQ would be crazy. You know what? If this truly was 4 years ago, he might be banned. Yeah, I agree. And I'm honestly so glad that that's not the situation that we live in anymore. Annie Kev, I think you should really think about what you're saying, right? And again, by he, him. Nicholas Light always talks about, pronouns, whatever in the bio. Again, they're just diametrical post Nicholas Light. The notion that a person should be canceled for doing this, again, which is not even insulting or humiliating black people. If there was such a negative caricature or stereotype that he was mocking and degrading, then I'd agree. But it's not that at all. You take the simple bait and then you go on and say he should have been banned for, she would be banned. Yes, because the people that was in charge was completely censoring any sort of opposition to what was the mainstream narrative, which is all left and lying commentary. Ever since Elon bought Twitter, definitely things start to change, and now people are more open to talk like this, right? So I actually think that a world where you can have free discourse and actually think and have good faith conversations to argue if this is good or not is better than silencing an opposition, just saying canceled. It's kind of ridiculous. He's the Trump of anime reactors. Yes. In a way. Well, does he have Trump tendencies? What would they be? Very Machiavellian, never bend the knee, disavow, gaslight, and create a narrative for yourself. I think a lot of people do that. That's just self-preservation in just politics online, right? But he does well for himself. I've transitioned. It was always surprising to come across so unbelievably stupid. I think that he was kind of talking about Racial trans, whatever. cawcawTV too. That's me right there. And it's crazy. I think that like this is a group of people that are so far gone to the left that when they see Nicholas Light engage in this behavior, they immediately crash out. I think Nick is a very interesting case because of the person he is, many people will get instigated immediately off of a very harmless joke. And then they'll stretch to the absolute limit and give the most bad faith assumption about him. You know what I mean? And if your goal is to really combat racism, if your goal is to unite people to be against, you know, people that actually do blackface, this is not it. You literally got baited off the most easy, simple shit. But because it's Nicholas Light, you hate him. And then you immediately go on in this extreme, you know, delusion that only Nicholas Light haters will band together on. But the average person outside looking at this will see this and be like, this is fucking retarded. What are you talking about? Your final form. That's some luscious hair. What the fuck? There's some other stuff that he said too right here. 5 years ago, people with my sense of humor would be shunned from society. Canceling someone would happen almost every day. I actually got canceled a few times because of meme words back then. What did you say, bro? Did you say retard? Did you say the F word? Did you say the N word? I still won't rip those, right? But I think retard is fair game. It was almost impossible to find success being myself. The snowflakes had power. They no longer have power. Nick sounds like a Reddit mod here. It's like that Reddit meme of like, we have the power now. Get owned, the liptards. So glad we live in a different world where you can find success in an audience being yourself. It only get better and better for us. This is definitely engaging in that tribalism shit, clearly painting sides and, you know, team fighting, right? And yeah, that's kind of like identity politics and woke culture in a nutshell. That's what they do. And my final take with this is, I don't think that this is racist at all. I think this is also AI. What is this? My rap group, straight up from the hood. What a gangster. This is fake, bro. I think that if you are genuinely getting upset at these AI images, what does that mean? Do you really think this person looks bad? That's another assumption you can make too, right? So, for example, let me look at this. Like, there's a lot of this shit. Jujutsu Kaisen, blackface. There's a very interesting thing that happens online, right? Where you'll see a lot of times, fuck, I can't find them right now. Basically, you know those JJK memes where, it's not really memes, where black artists will basically just turn, you know, Yuji and Megumi into black characters, give him dreads and have very exaggerated, you know, facial features that African Americans would have. And a lot of people look at that, and of course, the people that would cancel Nicholas Light would call that representation, diversity, inclusion, that there's black representation. And then more people far adjacent to Nicholas Light's spectrum would come in, like Severus Chud, right? And immediately say shit like, damn, y'all can only just take, you know, Japanese art and just blackface them, huh? So it's very interesting, right? Where when the left does it, it's for the sake of inclusion and diversity. But when the right does it, it's like racist. And if there is actual, again, intent of degrading and mocking black people through painting your face black, I would absolutely agree with you that that is wrong. But that's not the case that's happening here. And to take a bait from Nicholas Light like this and to twist it in such a bad faith way of doing it will only create more opposition. The average people that are not part of any tribe will most likely group with Nick's side. And if you truly want to win this game of tribalism, which is so stupid, right? Again, like, you shouldn't even engage in that shit. But if that's your goal, this is a very counterproductive way of doing it, man.